Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about Valentine Mihono Bourbon and Eishin Flash horses. We're also going to be talking about Nishino Flower Wit SSR and Sakura Bakushin Guts SSR support cards, and I'll tell you whether this banner is going to be worth it to go and pull on. We'll start off with the Mihono Bourbon Valentine. Her stat growths are 10% speed, stamina and power, aptitude of Turf A for surface, medium A, also have mile and long B, and also short C. So actually this horse, if you notice, only requires very few sparks to be used for any distance, which is very, very good. Right, for her style, she exclusively runs in the front position. Right, she is an eternal horse. She's good now in the early game of Umamusume because she has a lot of great stuff inside of her kit, and she will fall off a little bit later, especially when her cards come out. But then later she will also get her pink skills, right? And when she gets those pink skills, she's going to become a lot better. Right, she always appears in League of Heroes, always, right? And even sometimes on regular non-League of Heroes medium tracks that suit her, you can actually just shove her in there as well, and she'll be a perfectly viable ace. She's a very solid front runner, and you will see her quite a lot, right? Some people call this the dreaded trio because you will see Suguri, VBourbon, Esmaru, or Seiyun, or any other front runner. Just shove them into the team, and you will probably have a very powerful team comp, especially for medium tracks in particular, right? She is very popular because simply she is a horse that has groundwork innately, and that is very awesome. But she has more than that. She has enough skills to activate it. She has early lead access, she has front runner savvy access, and also concentration. She also has escape artist, which is a generally good mid-leg speed skill as well. All of this just accumulates into becoming a very solid front runner. Right, her unique Operation Cacao is also one of the best uniques for a while for the front runners. It only requires someone to be 3 lengths behind you. That's super generous. That's 7.5 meters, right? And you only need to be in the first to 4th position. You don't even need to be first. You can activate this even if you are second, right? It will always occur during your mid-leg position, and at worst is a good mid-leg speed skill. Think about it like Summer Marzensky, but without the ability to get wit checked on your recovery. If you miss your restless, oopsie, I guess you not activate your Summer Marzensky Kiss of Courage, but it can sometimes even give you a speed carryover, making her a very dominant horse on certain tracks. Did I mention that she also comes with a 0.35 recovery as well, which means you can cut your stamina recovery down by quite a bit, and she also has 10% stamina growth, like holy shit, that's awesome, right? This Uma, unlike Summer Marzensky, has everything built in, doesn't have to rely on any recovery sprockling for her unique to work, and can potentially get speed carryover on tracks, otherwise it's a mid-leg speed skill, right? Her escape artist skill can evolve into 2 pink skills, which are perfect bug fixing technique, as also a slightly sweet escape. We don't really care about the first one so much, but the latter one is a huge buff to the build. When she gets slightly sweet escape, she gets more duration out of the skill, which allows her to have time to ramp up to her top speed, which is very powerful, and potentially gives some speed carryover, right? Same reasoning as to what makes Ghost Ships Anchor Away and Daring Strike very good, right? The evolved skill has a high chance of speed carryover because it has the phase later half random equals to 1 condition, right? So that is something that is very significant for this horse, right? Meaning anyone, right? Ultimately anyone can make this horse without the most craziest of parents, and this Uma stays relevant for years and years to come until Mihono Bourbon Wit card comes out, which technically power creeps her in a way, right? The problem with Mihono Bourbon is that there's a lot of cards of her that give you some really good front skills, right? We got Taking the Lead from the Welfare SSR Wit card, which is 0.4 XL for a front runner, very valuable. Later on, we also get Golden Groundwork, which is called Unshakable Stance, from her other SSR Wit card down the line also, right? I have no clue what they're going to rename it to, but basically Golden Groundwork is very valuable. The card itself also has a bunch of skills in it. It's very good, right? Eishin Flash Valentine is another horse that we're going to be talking about. This is going to be a horse with 8% in stamina and power, along with 14% wit growth bonus. Her aptitudes are Turf A, and she also has A in medium and long, and also she is A in late, as well as pace B and NC for her styles. This horse is mostly designed like a medium track horse with a lot of focus on the medium skills, similar to Tokai Teo. The unique for her also activates on the final straight, right? Other than all this, right, she doesn't really have anything crazy to really help her to win races. It's not like VBourbon, not like any of these other crazy excels or perfect carryovers that we're looking at. But this horse does have Dominator, which means that you could technically turn her into another hybridized character. You could go for a full debuffer for her. You can also go for a full ace for her later on, especially when you get pink skill versions to evolve the skill from becoming a debuff into actually helpful things to help you to win, like stamina recoveries or even speeds to make her into an ace horse, right? So this horse right now is mostly going to really be just a potential debuffer option and not going to be super meta in any way. But if you like her, you can feel free to use her as any of the the following rules that I've given to you already. Right, moving on, we have the cards. We are going to start off with Nishino Flower Wit SSR. This card on paper looks amazing because she does have 3 wit bonus, right, and 1 speed bonus if we look at all of the bonuses inside of her. But it turns out requiring max bond gauge is actually one of the worst things to do in the world. She also has a no race bonus, which is also terrible for Make a New Track. This card can be easily ignored, right, if you especially if you just wanted her for hints, because Nishino Flower has so many other cards that have hint bonus on them. So you do not use this card for parenting, you do not use this card for actual usage, it's just a dead card in general. Right, moving on, we have Sakura Bakushino Guts SSR. This card is more interesting because this card is actually a significant card for especially whale people because she grants you groundwork, and it's not as bad for a Guts card because this card has 10% race bonus also, which means that you can actually use this card if you want to be a little bit lazy and grab groundwork from a card, right? The lack of speed or power bonus does suck from this card. We don't really want to have our Guts cards to have speed or power bonus during Ment, because during Ment we're trying to max speed and power still. It's just that we want the Guts cards to have the bonuses that help us to max the speed or the power, right? That's why you look at MI Vega Guts SR, right? It has power and speed bonus. Serious Symbolic Guts SR, that has speed bonus. Ines Fujin Guts SSR also has speed bonus, right? All of these are very solid bonuses to have on a Guts card to be used during the Make a New Track scenario, and this card is not really that level of very strong because the bonus is not speed bonus, but it still has groundwork. So when you are trying to make a front runner horse and trying to hit all your good skills and trying to get all your distances and trying to get all your groundworks and 3 greens, blah blah blah, right, this is one of the ways to basically go and grab your groundwork easier, right? She's mostly a sprint focused card as well, so the skills will really not be relevant for unless you're training for a sprint CM, or you literally are only using this card just for groundwork. That's the only reason other than that to go and use this card, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it for Sakura Bakushino Guts SSR. So ultimately, the main winner here is going to be Valentine Bourbon. I would recommend a lot of people to go and actually pull this horse unless you really need more cards, right? VBourbon will actually be used for a very, very long time. Even though I am not a front runner player, I don't like to play front runner, I will still pull this horse. Why? Because League of Heroes is unfortunately a situation where you basically want to run 3 fronts every single time. Every single goddamn time. Right? It's just 3 front runners because that mode requires you to basically get first, second, and third to get as high score as possible. It's not just CM where you need to get first place. You need to get as high placements as possible. And front runners are the best at getting the first 5-ish positions, because even if they don't win, they are still very, very far in front, so they are unlikely to lose to someone else, and they are less likely to get blocked also, right? So these are just the reasons why the League of Heroes is mostly going to be front spam, right? So VBourbon, for many, many League of Heroes to come, is one of the greatest front runners to just chuck in there and call it a day, because you make her extremely, extremely easily, right? So that is the summary for these banners in general, right? If you have any more questions regarding your own pools, blah blah blah, feel free to seek answers through my Ko-fi, my Discord, my YouTube, or my Twitch chats, because I always try to help everyone out with deciding on how to plan their gacha stuff, as also how to go and prepare for your CMs and whatnot. Okay, so that's it guys. Good luck with your pulls for this banner over here, and I shall see you guys next time. Bye bye.